Welcome back. In week 2, we installed your resource anchor, giving you the power to shift your emotional state on command. And by now, you should be getting more comfortable with your journaling, with your practice, your daily practice, as a tool to create real internal change. I want to remind you why this work is so critical. That the most powerful currency in the universe is your attention. Whatever you give your attention to expands. And whatever you remove your attention from shrinks. Your mind is the lens. Creation flows where you focus your attention. For too long, if you're dealing with chronic pain or distress, your attention has been hijacked by the problem. This program is designed to help you reclaim that focus and redirect it in a powerful, creative way towards new attitudes, new behaviors, new outcomes. You have a vast amount of resources inside of you, and today we access them. So today, guys, this process is going to be more involved. I'm going to take you through a guided journey, and for this experience, I'd like you to really make sure that you're not going to be disturbed. Make sure that your phone is not going to go off. No one's going to come into the room and bother you. Take all the time you need. Get yourself ready for this, because for this process to be fully integrated and for it to work properly, you really need to make sure that you've got at least the next 40 minutes or so, 30 to 40 minutes to yourself, undisturbed. So when you're ready, and when you know that you're not going to be disturbed, I'd like you to get as comfortable, nicely seated, sit upright but relaxed, if you can, in a chair that supports you comfortably. Sit with your feet placed firmly on the floor. And most of all, most importantly, I really want you to enjoy this experience. I'm going to give you a couple of instructions. Please follow my instructions carefully. Be involved and have fun. Right, so now I just want you to take a moment to move around in your seat, maybe stretch out a bit, stand up and sit back down, and just get comfortable. Just take a moment and just get really comfortable. Make sure you find that natural, upright, but comfortable seated position. And when you're ready, I'd like you to gently close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then I would like you to exhale all of your air with a deep sigh. Ah! Let's do that again a few times. A deep breath in through your nose. And I want to hear you sigh. Sigh it all out with a loud sigh. Ah! One more time. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And this time make that sigh real pleasurable. Really sigh it out. Sigh out all that tension. Ah! That's good. Now the reason we do this is because the sigh, a sigh of relief, it's like a trigger to our nervous system to relax, that everything is fine. Alright, now what I'd like you to do is bring your attention to your eyelids for me. Just notice now the feeling of your eyelids, all the little micro muscles involved in blinking and moving your eyes. And I want you to notice that you are the awareness that notices the feeling of these muscles, how they contract, how they relax, and how this is both a conscious and unconscious process. You can both consciously control the movement of your eyes, and also without thinking, your eyes are moving, your eyelids are contracting, they're relaxing. And I want you to just notice that you are the awareness that notices all of this in action. And now what I'd like you to do is to start relaxing those eyelids. Try and relax every single little micro tension in those eyelids until your eyes are so relaxed that they don't even want to open anymore. So take all the time you need and relax your eyelids until your eyes just don't feel like opening anymore. And then when your eyelids are so relaxed that your eyes are feeling heavy, I want you to just test them. Just tug gently at your eyelids and test them to see that they are completely relaxed. That's good. That's good. Now when you've tested your eyelids and they're completely and utterly relaxed, I want you to transfer that level of relaxation to the rest of your body, beginning with your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your jaw, your face. Let that state of ultimate relaxation permeate through into your brain, down your throat, down your neck, through all your organs, releasing all the tension in your shoulders, in your chest, your back, your torso, your arms. Feeling that deep relaxation throughout your legs and all the way down into your feet. Feeling your toes completely relaxed and even beginning to feel slightly heavy, as if melting into the floor. So deeply relaxed that even your bones feel relaxed. And I want you to just notice how good that feels. Just take a moment and just be the awareness and just Notice how good it feels to be so wonderfully relaxed. And now, as the observer, as your awareness, I'd like you to take that awareness that is aware of your deep relaxation, that is aware of your body and how it feels, and move that awareness through the top of your body as if you're looking down at your own body seated in your chair. And I want you, as that awareness, to go higher and higher, looking down at yourself, rising higher through the ceiling, through the roof, and into the sky. Take your awareness now and imagine it leaving the atmosphere of the earth. Imagine now your awareness leaving this realm of space and time. And I want you to notice how you've entered into what I like to call the womb of eternity. And you might notice that this space is a familiar space to you. You might notice how you feel comfortable here. To the place where it all began, to where you were before you were born, before you came into this world. And in this womb of eternity, feeling comfortable, I want you to notice that you are surrounded by starlight. And I want you to see that starlight, that pure starlight, almost like a shower, begin to melt away all the negative tension, pain, anxiety that you've been holding on to. I want you to see that starlight come down straight onto your brain and begin to infuse with your whole body, cleansing you completely of all pain, distress, and discomfort. Rewiring your nervous system, rewriting your DNA. And while this is all happening, you notice one star that stands out amongst all the stars. And this star starts to get brighter and brighter. And as the star approaches you, you recognize that this is your soul star. And that as it encompasses you, it is a representation of your true self. And this star takes you to a new place, to a new room, a beautiful grey dome-shaped room. And in this room, you notice that in the middle there is a fire pit with a golden fire burning that's warming the whole room. And there's something very special about this fire. It's not just any normal fire. It's a holy fire. And its presence is warm, its presence is welcoming, and it too is familiar to you. And while you're sitting in this room, you notice that on the wall there is a patch of sticky notes. There are two patches of sticky notes on the wall. The one patch of sticky notes, written on those notes, are less than positive, limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, negative images about yourself that you have believed throughout your life. And I want you to think about the first color that comes into your mind. What color are those sticky notes? The very first color that pops into your head. Boom. Don't overthink it. Identify it. Say it out loud. Those colored sticky notes on the wall are accompanied by another set of sticky notes. And these sticky notes are all the positive things, all the empowering, enabling thoughts are written on these set of sticky notes. And I want you to think about the very first color that pops up into your head. Boom. That is the color of the positive set of sticky notes. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your left hand and I want you to point to one of those negative, limiting sticky notes in the room. I want you to point your left hand as if you're pointing to that sticky note and identify what limiting belief is written on that note. That's it. Don't overthink this. There's no wrong. There is no right way to do this. I want you to begin experiencing the emotion that is tied with this specific limiting belief that you're pointing to with your left hand. I want you to hear the dialogue in your head and think about the memory that is attached to this limiting belief, or memories. And when you can feel that emotion, I want you to locate where in your body that emotion starts stirring. And I want you to take your right hand and I want you to point to the place of origin in your body where that specific emotion is manifesting. And again, the first place that comes up, don't overthink it. Just the first place where you feel that emotion is present, and I want you to point your right hand and identify where it is present in your body. That's it. Good. Now, when you've identified where that feeling, where that emotion is present in your body, I want you to take that sticky note with your left hand that's pointing to it, and I want you to peel that sticky note off of the wall, and I want you to take both hands and crumple up that sticky note. Crumple it up, making it smaller and smaller and smaller. That's good. And when you're ready to let go of that limiting belief, only when you're ready to completely let go of it, I want you to throw it into that holy fire and watch it burn. That's it. And I want you to notice that feeling in your body. What happens to that feeling when you throw that crumpled up piece of paper into that fire? That's it. Now I want you to point to another one of those limiting belief sticky notes with your left hand. And when you're pointing to one, I want you to notice what's written on that sticky note and identify what image, what dialogue, what memory is attached to that note. And I want you to feel the emotion begin to arise in your body. Feel that emotion, and when you can identify, I want you to point with your right hand, point to that part of the body that's experiencing this emotion. Again, don't overthink it. The first place that comes to mind, and point to it. That's it. Good. And when you've identified that emotion and you've identified the location of that emotion in your body, I want you to take that sticky note and I want you to peel it off the wall and begin to crumple it up with both hands. Make it smaller and smaller, crumple it up completely. And when you are ready to let go of this limiting belief, I want you to throw it in the fire and notice the feeling that arises in your body. Notice what happens to that emotion when that limiting belief is consumed. Good. That's right. One more time, I want you to point to one more of those sticky notes with your left hand. And when you've identified it, I want you to see what is written on that sticky note. And when you can see it, I want you to begin to identify the emotion, the memory, and feel that emotion that is attached to that limiting belief. And I want you to identify where in your body you can feel that emotion. And when you've identified where in your body this emotion comes up, I want you to point to it with your right hand. First place that comes to mind, that's it. And when you've identified and you're pointing to the location of the manifestation of this emotion, I want you to peel that sticky note off the wall and crumple it up with both hands. Crumple it up. And finally, when you're ready to let go of that limiting belief, I want you to throw it in that fire, that consuming fire, and notice what happens to that feeling in your body. Right, good. Now there might still be a whole lot of sticky notes on that wall that are less than positive, that are limiting beliefs, that are negative dialogues. Now, however many sticky notes are left, I want you to take your left hand and open up your palm and imagine your left hand is now like a magical vacuum that's going to suck all those sticky notes into your palm. And when I snap my fingers, every single one of those sticky notes is going to float into your left hand and pile up into your left hand. And let's go. Watch them. Watch each one of those sticky notes peel by themselves off the wall and begin to float into that left hand, piling up. It might be a big pile, it might be a small pile. And I want you to feel the weight in your left hand as all those sticky notes start to pile up in that hand. And when every single one of those notes have stacked up in your left hand, I want you to take both hands and I want you to crumple up all those sticky notes, those limiting beliefs, those negative thoughts. I want you to crumple them up. That's it. Work it down. Crumple it up and reduce it in. And when you're ready to let go of all of those limiting beliefs, of those negative dialogues, I want you to throw them in the fire and watch that fire grow as it consumes every single one of those negative sticky notes. And I want you to feel the warmth of that fire as it grows. Feel the warmth against your face as it consumes every single one of those remaining sticky notes. And I want you to feel the feeling in your body as you watch those sticky notes get consumed, and as you feel that feeling of relief, of joy begin to well up inside you, I want you to notice how that feels in your body. And while you're sitting there and you might begin to smile because you're just feeling as if a massive weight has just been lifted off your shoulders, you notice that there's a lever in the room in front of you. And this lever is set to 1 out of 10, and it's the lever of the joy that you're now experiencing. And I want you to take that lever and I want you to move it up to 2, and I want you to feel that joy begin to increase. That's it. And take it up to 3, and take it up to 4, and feel that empowering feeling, that joy within you begin to well up. And I want you to take it up to 5, 6, 7. Feel that joy just overwhelming you. Take it up to 8, Take it up to 9. And take it up to 10 and feel that feeling 10 out of 10, that joy just welling up inside of you. And I want you to take both your hands above your head. And I want you to bring both hands down with fists clenched and say, yes! And one more time, take both your hands and raise them above your head. Both your arms, raise them above your head. Clench your fists and bring them down into a yes. And last time, raise both your arms above your head. Hands in fists and bring them down into a yes. That's good. That's awesome. And I want you to just feel how good you feel in this moment. Embrace this moment and savor this moment. And now I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And when I reach 1, this new empowered version of you is going to be fully transposed, fully transcribed into your subconscious mind, and this new operating system fully embedded into your nervous system. 5. Notice your attention shift back into your body. 4. Any residual and any remaining negative thoughts will be fleeting and will not be able to last. 3. Returning now to your body, feeling the sensation of your sitting bones in your seat, of your toes. 2. Beginning even now to wiggle your toes, feel the sensation come back into your body. 1. Eyes open, feeling wide awake and better than before. Well done. Congratulations. Well done on taking this opportunity to rewire your nervous system to become more empowered and taking back control of your life. I want to encourage you to do this video, take this video recording and repeat this practice once every single day this week to continuously rewire your brain every single day. This process is very similar to exercise. The more you do it, the more your neural patterns shift and change, and the very fabric of your DNA begins to be rewritten. So take this meditation, listen to it at least once a day for the next week, and I'll see you in the next video.